Okay, I got the chat popped up. I got the live stream going. I know I'm bundled up, but it's 20 degrees and I do have the heat on and everything, but it's still chilly. So just give me 1 minute to readjust my screen here because I want to have Twitter right on my center monitor. Hope everybody's doing well. Let me uncover my ears so I can hear myself talk. All right, we got to talk about this episode, folks. We got to talk about it because there was some good, there was a lot of bad, there was a lot of annoying. And even I looked at Hayden. I'm like, well, dang, did he really need to get beaten up that bad? For once, he actually didn't do a dang thing. For once, he got that whooping because his old lady talks too much. Hey, I see we got more people coming in. Hey, thumbs up the video, folks. Come on, get these numbers up. And yes, I'm going to get my review and trailer breakdown done hopefully early tomorrow because I'm trying to get as caught up as possible before Beyond the Gate starts next week. Yes, I have been watching the behind the scenes specials that Entertainment Tonight has been doing every day. Thankfully, they waste no time putting it on Paramount Plus so I can watch it there. So yeah, I'm getting ready for Beyond the Gates. My sister stuff done. I mean, my Oval content is already up. Yeah, I knew this was going to happen. I said that, didn't I? I said in a recent, a couple videos, I said, I think the old guard is changing. These fellas, I mean, first it was Jordan, and then in this next episode, I think that all these relationships are going to fall apart. 7.5, 7, 8. I'm not going to lie. I didn't love this episode. I was actually pretty confused, mainly about the law firm thing. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not as upset now as I was last week when we saw the promo, because when I saw that promo, or more specifically, when I saw that photo of Fatima with the bat, I was done. So I quit watching 3 episodes ago. Let me just say something real quick. All right. We got almost 200 people. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Some of y'all probably this your first time. I come up here each week to talk about the episode. Then I get my full-on review within 24 hours. You'll see that uploaded to the channel. Maybe you can sort this out for me. All right. We're going to start with the Robin thing. Okay. Robin is the owner of the firm. All right. Andy was up for managing partner. I completely understand that. Now, this episode made it where Robin was going to announce he would be managing partner due to Andy's suspension. So this episode randomly confirms what Andy has been saying about it being a power move. Yet after the conference meeting, Robin talks to Andy, basically saying what I've been saying for months, which is, Andy, do you not realize why you were suspended? Because it's not a good reflection of the company. It's not personal. It was business. Okay. Then Andy's like, I beat you at your own game. And I'm thinking, like, what is this game? And like Robin said, Andy, you're making this personal when it's not. And I think you're pulling away from me because you're afraid of us getting together again or something. It had nothing to do with you, Robin. It was about me, which honestly is a theme that both Danni and Sabrina had in this episode, which made the episode annoying. Don't get me wrong. The Hayden thing, the Hayden beatdown at the ending, Zach being concerned about the baby, because as soon as Fatima said me and Tamara got into it, the first thing he said, how was the baby? I know Zatima season 3 fans love that moment, but I'm just really confused about the firm. That makes no sense to me. That's what I'm saying. I beat you at your own game. He still owns the firm. I do not understand that. I do not understand that. I'm just so confused. And Fatima with the baseball. And look, I'm not even going to go in on Fatima. I don't have it in me. I had a pretty good day. I don't feel like being negative. All right. But I did not see the need. And she kept the bat in her office. I thought she was going to roll into the firm with the bat. I'm just so confused. Like, I don't understand. And then, and not to mention, as soon as Andy gave her speech, which I will admit, it was a good speech. I'm not going to fault. KJ delivered. That was a very good performance. But the bat was over the top. I loved how Mr. Jones allowed her to speak because I think Benson, he was like, yo, is this how we conduct business now? And I'm like, thank you. And then I love how Mr. Jones was like, look, she came in here doing all this. So this got to be good. Let's see what she got to say. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Jones was one of the people she called over the phone because she called partners, she called clients, she called judges. I like that, but at the same time, it just felt like I don't see the message. You know, I just feel like the message is blurred because Andy won, but what was she trying to gain other than the partner position? Because like I said before, Robin wasn't shutting her out because it was a personal thing. He had every right to do so because for the sake of the business. So I don't know. Danny was probably the worst part of the episode. Her unwillingness to accept responsibility for her role in the situation she's currently in. Watching Tony trying to explain this to her was as frustrating as Robin several episodes ago trying to get Andy to take accountability. Remember when they were in his hotel room? I believe Andy went over there to ask him to represent Penelope. Remember that? And Robin just said, I just want the woman I love to take 1 ounce of accountability, 1 second to realize if she hadn't gotten mixed up with Gary, she would probably be running the firm right now. What did Andy say to this man's face? F you, Robin. And that was what I think before or after she slapped him in the face and called him an SOB. Remember that? In the actual firm after she was told by Robin she wouldn't be partner. Yet she wins. What the? I don't get it. No, but look, and I keep going back and forth. Well, I don't keep going back and forth. I tweet my thoughts. I put it on my YouTube channel, and people can go about it all they want. Tony set this into motion by putting her into that leadership program. I am not denying that. And he's owned up to it, at least to Danny. Danny pouring, look, for the smack that Leonard was talking to Danny the week before last, he deserved more than some coffee spilled on his head. But Danny, you're the one who did that, not Tony. And this is the thing I keep saying. Jalen 12, to my knowledge, we don't have a trailer. I'm on Twitter right now and I'm on Instagram. I keep refreshing the page, but I don't know. And keep in mind, they didn't release any sneak peeks. They didn't release any promotional photos for this week's episode. So I don't know what's happening. They done cut 6,000 IRS jobs. Sorry about that. I'm on Instagram, and that's the baller alert. That's the first thing they posted. My bad. Didn't mean to get distracted there. But let me explain the Tony situation. And I feel like I've said this a number of times, but I'll do it again because I don't know. YouTube notifications might not show you all my content, but go back to the HR meeting between Danny, Tony, and the HR rep. In that meeting, I felt like it was Tony in the hot seat, not Danny. HR wanted to determine if Tony was showing favoritism by using his position to get Danny into the leadership program after the deadline. Tony denied that. Okay? He denied it. I'm sorry. I only got one camera, but I got 3 screens. So if I look around like this, I'm not crazy. I got my chats right here. I got my Twitter and Instagram on my middle screen and the camera, and then I got my TV monitor with the live stream itself. So if you see me turning around, I ain't got a crick in my neck. I'm just like doing multitasking. Okay, so yeah, he lied to HR about it not being favoritism. And the HR rep said, hey, we are going to look into this to determine if it was favoritism or if you're telling the truth. Okay, so listen, follow me on this one. Follow me. Tony is currently under a magnifying glass by HR. Got it? For all y'all saying he did. Yes, I'm not denying that. He did. He used his power, but he told HR he did not do it as favoritism, aka that's my woman, so I did it for her. He said he didn't. Okay, so just to establish, he said he did not. HR is looking into it now. Fast forward to the coffee thing. Okay, Danni knocked the coffee all over Leonard. Okay, Danni did that. She was asking Tony to help her. Here's the thing, though. Tony trying to smooth things out with HR in order to lessen the consequences, that is a clear sign of favoritism. So that would prove their point. So he would get busted. Simply put, you could argue Tony was protecting himself, but at the same time, when you can't come at me first and then when I respond, I'm in the wrong. Keisha, I get it, but if you are in a work setting, that's not how it's going to fly. Danni should have went to HR or something and reported Leonard for the verbal abuse, the accusations on her character. Slick R&B, Danni needs to file a complaint against Leonard. Yeah. But I get how y'all are saying that's not how you move, that's not how you do it, but try that at your job. Say if there was a manager or a coworker or a customer, depending on what your job field is, that gives you some lip and like you throw some food on them or you knock over their work computer. What do you think HR is going to do to you? Or what do you think your manager is going to do to you? Take it easy on Fatima. I honestly don't have much to say about Fatima. Do I think the bat was a bit much? Absolutely unnecessary. The bit with Tamara, I ain't think too much of it. Yeah, he came in at the wrong time, man. I felt bad for. I know Hayden is a slime ball, but I felt bad for him, man. I ain't gonna lie. I thought he was going to get shot. Also, is Jordan going to kill Gary? Like, is anybody going to come into the room before he strangles this man to death? Huh. But yeah, Tony, I don't know. So I don't really see how Danni has any grounds for a lawsuit against the firm. I mean, the airline. I'm kind of confused by that because it seems to me that Andy in the in credit promo, she's speaking for a lot of the fans in terms of how come this black woman got suspended and no one else. I'm thinking this is my problem with the season. They're trying to insert the whole black women are, I don't know, just woe is me and all this stuff. But in reality, a lot of the situations that these black women in the show find themselves in is a result of their own poor decision making. Danni smacking the coffee, Andy getting involved with Gary, and the list goes on. So I know as a black man, it does seem sexist for me to say that, but I am saying this from the perspective of someone who is watching the show. And I see what the writers are trying to do, but the way that they're presenting it isn't good. Yeah, Fatima did not set Hayden up. No. Yeah, I felt bad. They're going to kick down this man's door. He just wanted to check on his woman, see what's going on. He recognized that you screwed up, and then boom. Zach was funny though. It's like, yo, did you hit Tamara so hard that she didn't think? Yo, Tamara probably did. I love how Zach had shook my screen. I was laughing so hard. It's funny how Zach just made a brief cameo, yet it was hilarious. Black women are powerful. February is Black History Month. I am not saying black women are not strong. I'm saying that the way that the show is depicting black women, hear me roar, even though these black women are in situations. Also, can we talk about Miss Lisa? Like, your daughter is a grown woman. Yeah, she acts like a spoiled brat, but She was in bed with the father of one of her babies. Who are you to kick him out? Seriously. But would Tony have hired Danni if she wasn't his girlfriend, knowing that she comes to work high and vapes? I get that he did show favoritism. Tony did show favoritism. He told HR that was not the case. So now it almost seems like Danni is going to sue the airline because she was fired. And now it's like, well, Tony didn't get fired and he screwed things. But that's the problem. Like I said, the HR meeting, Tony was in the hot seat. Danni was not. Danni wasn't in trouble until she dumped that coffee on him. That was not Tony. But it was the case. Okay. Yeah, Lisa needs to let that go. Sound like Miss Marie had something to do with Gary's situation. I was confused by that scene too. So she called that judge saying that something about revoking the power of attorney. Somebody else was going to do it. I'm sorry, that confused. There was a lot of things that just had me scratching my head. That's why I gave the episode a 6. Passionate Queen, that was my own personal code when I worked anywhere. Bojangles for 1 month during the summer in high school. The flag company my mom works at, I worked there for like a month and a half. Then I worked at a community college in town 1 summer internship. Then I worked at Liberty for 3 years, call center. My personal code, never date coworkers. Never, because you never know, that person might get a promotion. And it's like, if you hate going to work, imagine if you date a coworker and your date doesn't go well, or you are in a relationship, but then it ends on bad terms. And you're like, the gossip of the office, and then it's awkward to run each other. Like, my own personal code, don't do it. Like, I get it. Some people meet their soulmates. That was never my thing. And since I've been working on YouTube myself for going on 8 years, nobody to date on my job, whatever. Yeah, never date a coworker. Schoolmate, that's different. But in terms of nah. Andy got her job back. I don't know. When do we see Madam and Sisters? We will never see her. We will only hear about her. The bat was from Lean On Me. I haven't watched that movie in so long. I'm so ready for these 3 guys to go. Okay, can we talk about the Sabrina thing? Do you think that was cold? I mean, I'm not going to lie. When she was about to tell Rich what she did, I thought she was about to say, "It's too late, Rich. I'm already pregnant." I thought that's what she was going to say. But I got to say, they pulled the wool over my eyes, because I did not expect her to already allow the sperm to be used. So I said this from the beginning, and it is her choice. When did she do it though? She must have called before the dinner. That's all I can think of. Rich, you can call Rich childish, but I think he handled that situation better than I thought he would. I'll give him that. I don't really look, the way he reacted at the bank when he saw the money, that was messed up. But Rich walking out, I don't blame him. Could you? I felt bad. I felt bad because she told him, I called the clinic and allowed them to use Damani's sperm. So her egg freezing thing has already been done. That was cold. This man poured his heart out to you like, look, I'm not going to change my mind. Let's wait and do it the old-fashioned way. When you're ready, I'm going to be here. I love you that much. She lets him say all this and then goes, it's too late. That was some cold BS. Cold BS. See, you know what my problem is? Go back to last season, all right? And I've been saying this. Sabrina is one of the most, if not the most manipulative and selfish of the group. Because in that one episode, okay, episode 2, when they had that brunch and got drunk, she was like, I need your sperm. And then like episode 3, I don't want kids. And then I think the next episode they sat in the juice bar and they both agreed, look, maybe, well, actually, Sabrina said, maybe we shouldn't just waste each other's time. We don't want the same things, which makes sense. But then Rich is like, I don't think we're wasting time. How about this? Let's just see where this goes. And if one of us changes our stance on having kids, not having kids, we'll check in with each other. Remember, they check in with each other. And I think like the next day, Sabrina came into the juice shop. Rich was excited because remember, he was showing her the blueprints for, I forgot what he's doing, if he's getting a second juice shop in another part of town, or if he's expanding to an even bigger location. But he was like a kid showing his parents honor roll on the report cards, like, hey, babe, look at this, because he wanted to, he said, yo, I wanted my woman to be the first person to see the expansion. Thank you, expansion. He was excited. And what happened? Sabrina noticed a woman with a young baby coming through the door. All right. Came through the door. And she interrupted Rich saying, I'm going to freeze my eggs. Like that. She just said it like that. And Rich was like, what? So, and then he's like, I got to go help the customers. It's a lunch rush. There's only 2 people in here. I thought that was incredibly selfish. Not the fact that she wanted to freeze her eggs, but the way she immediately just blurted it out. Like there was no discussion. It was like right then and there. And remember, they had just agreed, we're going to check in when we, if we want to change our mind or whatever. And from that moment, I knew, yep, Sabrina manipulating this dude. So I thought that was really cold what she did. Really cold. Heck, you could have texted him or called him or something. Like you wait until you're in public and you just drop a bomb like that. And then she's going to go to the juice shop tomorrow. Get out of here. Yeah, let him on. Let him on. Because it's the sperm. Like if his sperm wasn't a carrier for sickle cell, that's sad. Like the man didn't want kids. He changed his mind for her and boom. Man, sucks. Really sucks. Okay, Tony, look, I'm not mad at Tony. Look, say what you will about Tony, but at least he's not going to stick around and be walked all over like Preston. And that's not a slight against Preston, but Tony's like, you know what? I've tried multiple times to have an adult conversation with you. You refuse to take any sort of accountability. I'm out of here. And I agree. It's like, look, I'm not doing this halfway thing, whether you want to talk with me or not. And that was Preston's problem. He cared about Danny so much, he allowed himself to be treated that way. But like I said, say what you will about Tony, but I'm glad he's not dealing with that BS. I'm just reading through the chats here. Actually, let me check on Instagram again. I want to see if they uploaded the trailer. I'm not saying she didn't do the right thing by herself, but the way she did it, it was really cold. Marie was right, though. It's like, man's rejection is God protection. Yeah, she's adding like the bubonic plague. I mean, but I can't really, as a person who's not a father or anything, I don't know how I would react to that. Like, how would you react if the doctor told you and your partner, your spouse, or whoever that prior to having a child together, there's like a chance they'll have a defect? Like, how would you feel about that? I mean, that's a very tough question. Like I said, I can't say I don't feel comfortable giving my answer. I just don't know how to answer that. That caught me off guard. Marie messing around with Hayden. I'm sorry. All I could think about was the gray hair that Tamara pulled from her mouth. And Rebecca, thank you. I'm getting confused. You know, that's why I'm not mad. Like I said, remember how Thursday I was just pissed off? I'm more confused than anything else. I'm not mad. I'm just confused by how this stuff is playing out. Man, I guess Tamara does love Hayden a little bit. I thought that was kind of sweet. It's sad he got it. I feel like she got off easy. I'm like, why did Hayden have to get beaten up like that? He wasn't the one that was talking crap. He doesn't have the disease. He's just a carrier, so there's no way possible their child could have the disease. Okay. When is the show? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, gray hair tells it all. Will Jordan get caught? Your guess is as good as mine. They are just weird about that. About like the consistency of who's outside of Gary's door when Hudson is there. Taylor, I love that assessment that they're in a relationship, so it's not just about her. I wholeheartedly agree. It was a chance, not a definite. The entire show is confusing. Looks like everyone got dumped except Zach and Hayden. I think for once, Karen is the normal ship. I will agree. Aaron put it on her so good that she's happy and relaxed. I ain't gonna lie. I was kind of happy for Karen this episode. She finally did the nasty. She's in a good mood, and she has a huge business opportunity. But that's kind of the bad things about the season where it seems like Karen is winning while everybody else is not. So did Madam send those guys? Yes. Well, Madam sent them for Tamara. Hayden just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time in his own house. Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Karen was winning. Yeah, you know, Andy got her job, and Karen was the one who had no. Can you believe that? Of all people, Karen was the one without drama. Do you think Gary's faking a memory loss? I have no idea. I don't know. But do you really believe that the feelings are real? Like Miss Lisa was saying, like, do you think it's hormones or what? No, it's real. And I do think it's kind of funny how she said her and Aaron are taking it slow despite the fact they just had sex. Didn't care about the Maurice scene. Let me just check over my notes real quick. I think we talked about everything, to be honest. Yeah, we did. We talked about the whole episode. I just wish that the trailer would drop. Check BET trailer. Wait, are you talking about the social media? Because I am not going out of my way. And no, I tried that last week. Remember last week when I reopened YouTube TV and I tried to find the trailer, but I couldn't? Let me check my DMs. Maybe somebody sent it to me. Checking the DMs. Yeah, and you'll notice that my episode review and my trailer breakdowns, I'm going to try to make those longer. I'm going to try to cut back on how many videos I do because like Beyond the Gates, I'm trying to readjust my channel for that. And since it's a 5-day-a-week show, which pray to God it blows up. I hope the show is a hit. I hope it does numbers on my channel. I'm really trying to make room for that. And I know Sisters in the Oval, they only got a couple more weeks left. Yeah, they got 3 episodes left. Nah, no trailer. I thought the water bag was going to burst. Man. Yes, I did see the duplicity trailer. I don't know how I feel about the movie. I know it's based on the real life situation where the black jogger got shot, but oh. I'm sorry, I'm still checking my DMs, but nobody sent the trailer, man. I want to see it. Um, let me be real. Unless there's a time skip between seasons 8 and 9, she's going to be pregnant. Do you think with the decline in ratings, this could be why they're not showing sneak peeks? I don't think so, because this is the only week they haven't done it. So honestly, I don't know why they didn't show anything. I wonder if the missing female is related to Marie. What missing female? She's been pregnant forever. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh yeah, we're at 100 likes. Yay. I'm trying to hit 300,000 subscribers as soon as I can. Numbers are just going slow this month. But I think House of Pain is supposed to return towards the end of March, according to Rotten Tomatoes. March is a lot of stuff is going down. You got Beauty in Black Part 2, the Duplicity film. Filming for season 9 begins on March 24th. Isn't Ruthless supposed to come back next month too? I forgot. I don't know. There's a bunch of stuff going on. You're talking about that girl from the high school or whatever. What was it, junior prom or something? Gary's prom date. No, I don't watch The Era to Detroit. I gave it a 6.75. Yeah, that's a little higher than my score. Oh, Medea Wedding Destination, that's not coming out for another couple months, I don't believe. I don't know exactly when, but yeah, it'll probably be a little while. Yeah, they must be holding on to that information. Maybe we'll get information this week. I've been waiting on those last 2 synopses. I'm like, go ahead and drop them. Just do it already. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. Preston just retweeted me. That's cool. I gotta do an interview with Trinity at some point. That would be cool. No. But since I got a good amount of people on here, what do y'all hope happens in season 9? I mean, like I said, for me, I'm trying to like get back into the non-Tyler Perry realm. Like, sadly, my Papa's House content isn't doing as well as when the season first started. I will finish reviewing season 1 though. I don't know if it will get renewed for season 2 or what, but I'll just finish it up. I might as well. I think there's like what, 6 episodes left. It's only 20 minutes. I'll finish each episode review. I might just wait and do like, I don't know, 2 or 3 reviews at one time, but that's the sad part. The show has a certain charm to it. I mean, it's Damon Wayans and other talented black actors, but it's just not doing the numbers I was hoping. But like I said, oh yeah, for better or worse, yeah, because originally the show was supposed to air only on Valentine's Day. And I remember saying, I wonder if ratings are good, if that means they'll start airing the show regularly. And it looks like they will. So a lot of people are saying, yo, if the show's airing and it's doing well, and Too Close to Home, I hear is a hit on Tubi. I think Tubi, right? Tubi or Roku, whatever it is. And people are like, yo, what if Loving You Is Wrong or The Haves and the Have Not starts airing on BET? Those shows will do number. Look, not just because of the declining ratings of all the shows now, but I said back when like Sistas and The Oval first started, I'm like, the ratings are all right, but I'm telling you, if like the first season of The Haves and the Have Nots was aired on BET, ratings would run circles around these new shows. And it's like the video I did a couple days ago. All of Tyler Perry's shows are suffering. It's not just Sisters. Sisters has taken a dive, but The Oval, House of Pain, Assisted Living, these are the worst ratings ever. 0.2s, 0.3s is horrible. And that's sad because to me, the Oval blew up. No, they're not doing a reboot. They're doing a re-airing. They're airing the episodes. I don't have an attachment to the show because I never really watched it like that. Remember, that show came on back in the day. This is pre-YouTube, pre-WordPress Jeremy. The way these three guys came into your lives are unrealistic. Yeah, because they just drag. I think it also, people talk about the hiatus, and I believe that because the Oval was gone for almost a year. But it's the fact that people are waking up to the fact that Tyler Perry stuff is, and how long have I been saying this? Tyler has the most quantity, but he has the least quality. I mean, there are shows on streaming platforms that are like maybe 6 to 13 episodes a season per year, yet those shows run circles in terms of quality to Tyler Perry stuff. And I'm not going to lie, I looked at the trailer for Duplicity. I wasn't really that impressed. My favorite part was seeing so many familiar faces. Benny from the Haves and the Have-Nots, Alan from the Oval, the Jogger, he's one of the Rakadushi soldiers from Ruthless, and a few other people I saw. I'm like, I didn't really feel anything. What's that movie, Mea Culpa, the one with Kelly Rowland? When I saw that trailer, and when I saw this trailer, I felt the same thing. Meh. I didn't feel anything. I wish that was true that Aaron was the father of both babies. Sadly, it is not. I mean, they could do an ass pull if they wanted to. I don't think anybody would care. I wouldn't even complain, and you can quote me on that. I'd be like, well, they did what they felt was right for the sake of the ratings and whatever. I think it's the energy of the dialogues. Thank you, Rebecca. That's one thing I noticed in the trailer. Like, I hate it when Tyler has actors be stoic. And I mean, I don't think that that's a bad thing, but when a majority of the characters all give off the same energy, that's kind of annoying, and I don't really feel invested in it, especially when those actors can emote based on other projects they do. So, man, if anybody wants to donate on Super Chat, click that $sign. If not, hit the thumbs up button. That does just as much good for the channel. Why hasn't Penelope filed charges? Miss BH, there is a lot of BS in this show in terms of characters who don't do things that they clearly should and need to do, but for the sake of plot, they're all morons. I think the actors are tired of acting the same characters. Prime Video, and it comes out March 20th. That's Duplicity is not on yet. I mean, all I can say is the actors don't really promote the show. I mean, starting like the back half of season 7, how many of the cast do you actually see promoting the show? Do the writers even promote it anymore? I don't think they do. So, what character pisses you off the most on Sisters? That is a good question. It depends on my mood, but mainly the writing, because like when I saw Fatima with that bat, last week I was pissed off at her. But Andy is the bane of my existence for season 8. No shade to KJ. I love KJ, but Andy, this is easily her worst season yet. And they ruined Danni this season. That's the thing. Like, I get like my issue with the Tyler Perry content output. Look, as a content creator, I'm blessed because there's always something for me to review. My job, so long as you all support me, which you have done in abundance, like I wouldn't be here without your support. But in terms of quality content, there's so much Tyler Perry stuff. I can pick and choose what I don't want to watch because there's that much. But the problem is the quality is trash. Yeah, Danni got on my nerves in this episode. Like, for real. Like, what are you supposed to do? Oh yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my train of thought there. Yeah, the quality, because Tyler, you've already done it. You've reached billionaire status. You've broken all these records. Like, Yeah, my studio films like the most pages of script per day. On paper, pun intended, that sounds impressive, but in execution, it doesn't make a lot of sense. Because I was talking with another fan earlier today, believe it or not, about the same subject, about how Tyler pays his employees and he pays them well. Kudos to him. But you got to think that's probably due to the cost effectiveness of like filming everything immediately in one take. But I'm just thinking, okay, quality versus quantity. Exactly. I don't know how to feel if I was an actor. I mean, look, I'm not an actor, obviously. And if I got a gig on a Tyler Perry show, that'd be my first gig. But my thing is, like, if I don't feel confident in what I did, like, imagine you're filming like 200 pages of script in a day and you have to do multiple episodes per day. And I've been told this for years from actors. Um, Sometimes we'll film like a scene from episode 17 in the morning. Then at lunchtime, we're filming something for episode 3. So you can tell that there's a bunch of like emotions you have to deal with. Like maybe you're sad here, maybe you're excited here, and it blurs together. So some of the acting doesn't really come across the way it's intended to. But yeah. Why is the camera so blurry? The snow actually just picked up, so my Wi-Fi is kind of iffy, but so far my connection seems strong, but the visual might be blurry. Sorry about that. Blame it on the weather. That's why I'm dressed up like this. What about on the oval? I'd say Cal. No, Priscilla is still the most annoying, but Nancy is quickly climbing the ranks. Jordan is in jail. I just saw the trailer. What the freak? Somebody send me that to see it, please. Wait, if he's in jail, well, just because he's in jail doesn't mean he killed Gary. Lord, if he's in jail, Andy better not get him out. Somebody send it to me now. No, but why is Nancy acting like she's the victim, though? That makes zero sense to me. Yeah, but I mean, like we as a fan base have been saying for years, the only way to hurt Tyler Perry's, in game is to make the ratings suffer. Like the thing is, if the ratings are still record breaking, he's still just going to pump out this mediocre content. But it's kind of like the MCU, like they decided to slow down production instead of releasing like a bunch of shows and movies per year. But no, once they notice their money's getting up, that's when they're going to stop. Oh, somebody sent me this tweet. They're like, this is one of the best episodes we've had since these new writers took over. And then Jamie Giddens said, we'll take it. LOL. Y'all are a tough crowd. I'm sorry, but this was not one of the best episodes. I mean, if they're basing this off of Hayden getting beaten up and Tamara getting, pimp slapped. But then again, and look, this is not calling out some fans, but some fans, it's like they like the show. They don't care about the substance. This episode thoroughly confused me. It really did. You send me the trailer. If you have the trailer recorded, just DM me on Instagram. Andy will get them out. She feels guilty, which she shouldn't. But then again, this is Andy we're talking about. Andy is a divorce attorney, but remember, everybody puts on the magic hat of plot. Oh, if I need to work on a job for a criminal attorney, I'll do it, even though it's not in my expertise. It makes no sense. That's the power of plot, baby. I miss those commercials, the Pine Sol lady. Marie said Gary Stabman was supposed to get her control of the assets. I don't know how to sing you the trailer. Interesting. I'm glad Andy finally grew a spine. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I know I sound like a hater, but I'm giving legitimate complaints. That's one thing I do on my channel. If you're newer, that's the one thing. I'll talk about something even if I don't like it, but I'm not just going to sit up here and complain. I want to talk about how I think it could have been better. Because it's easy to, what's that saying? It's easier to critique than to create. But I mean, let's be real here. We live in an age where if you get up and like create hate pieces on like a movie franchise or a person or celebrity, you're going to get views. But I try to add a little bit of quality to my content. I might not have the biggest channel, but I still try to do right by people. Let's see here. Yeah, but the Oval has been just surprising me for real. And don't worry about it. I'll probably get the trailer in the morning. I'm not too worried. Honestly, I would be kind of pissed if Marie did it because it's like, huh? I know she said she would handle it. I don't know if bruh's coming back. Did you think Hunter was stupid for calling Donald? No, I love that because we rarely see Donald flustered. Yo, Donald was the MVP of the episode. He was fed up. He wasn't having any back talk from Sam. He was done with Simone's antics. It was crazy. Yeah, I know time's flying by. I'm usually not on here this long because the internet's usually jacked up. Tracy, if you did not watch Bruh, I understand it. Watch season 4. It's only 10 episodes. Tyler didn't write that. There were new writers, new directors. When I tell you they took Bruh, look, and I said this when the show dropped the new episodes. If the new writers of Sistas elevated the show the same way the new writers elevated Bruh, we wouldn't be complaining. Every single week, we would be coming up here praising the show because it was just that good. Bruh, season 4, they killed it. They did amazing. Yeah, the movie Duplicity, March 20th on Prime Video. Yeah, 2 weeks or less. And I mean, it's a boast between cast that, hey, we filmed our show in like 7 days. We filmed ours in 5. But then when you watch the finished product, it shows. But yeah, like I said, I hope and pray beyond it. Yo, I will I'm not going to change the channel name, but I will rebrand. Like, I'll put like the Beyond the Gates characters in my thumbnail instead of Zach and Fatima. I just like I said, Zatima season 3 killed my spirit, and Sister season 8 is like, I don't even know what's happening anymore. What does Nancy have to do for Priscilla to not defend her anymore? Richard should be defending. I don't know. Priscilla is a hypocrite. Like, you can't tell Richard he's not at war, but then you look at everything she's done to Sam. Marie, I don't think Marie did it herself. She probably had somebody sent. None of this is making sense. Look, we're going into episode 20, and we know as much as we did going into the season. Next to nothing. Yeah, they did. Too Close to Home was kind of like the precursor for the Oval. Yeah, what's her face? Darla. That storyline with Greg was kind of all over the place. Darla was really just bipolar or something. I don't know. Yeah, but Victoria and Eli are alive. Darla had issues. Yeah. Whoo, we I actually, you said, I'm glad you don't watch Ruthless. I stopped around, what was it, season 3 or something. I stopped because the hiatuses were getting to me. Like the show would return at the worst times. I think usually during Thanksgiving, they would drop 3 episodes at once, and I just got fed up. Because look, if you like Ruthless, that's good on you. And look, I love the cast because I still talk with some of the cast now. But to me, I felt like it wasn't worth watching because Ruthless and the Oval were no longer connected. Like they were supposed to be interconnected, you know? Like at first, some of the events in one show impacted what happened in the other. And yes, I know the 2 FBI agents from Ruthless were in the Oval season 5. Where are they at now? So I just feel like it's a waste. Plus, they're never leaving the compound. I don't care. Plus, I watch enough shows and review enough shows, so I don't really. Hudson's in next week's episode. Trailer park people. Yeah, Dale was stupid. Telling Alan over the phone, that was just stupid. Yeah, that's my prediction too, that season 9 won't air until like late 2025. Hey, take their time. Look, I don't care if it takes a month to film season 9. They better get their stuff together because the fans have spoken like we do not know. The ratings show that the fans are pissed off. And I watch it live via YouTube TV. So I do my contribution because I get up here and talk about it on live stream. But they need to come back. And look, I know Tyler is allegedly supposed to go to the writer's room. They need to make it better than before. Because look, fans would not have been clamoring for new writers for years if Tyler was writing the perfect show. They need to look at fan critiques and make the right adjustments. That's what they need to do. Obviously, the first thing is make Zach not the baby daddy. You can't really do that. Sadly, the only way is to kill that baby. I mean, you don't even need Jordan in season 9. So, and if Danni if she sues the airline or gets another job, she doesn't even need Tony. We don't even need Tony. You're talking about Ethan, that guy that took the photos of Jordan. If it's Ethan, I think that's kind of dumb because he's had no presence at all this season. I feel like the person that stabbed is a freaking asshole. I know I'm in the minority about Andy getting her job back. I wasn't impressed. Like I was impressed, but I wasn't, if that makes any sense. I was really confused. Yeah, he doesn't care what people think about the numbers. And I mean, look at what he's doing on like streaming platforms. He's breaking records and everything. So I like Tony for Danni. He can handle her. I'm sorry, but unless Danny's ready to mature, she doesn't need to be with anybody. Yeah, season 7 mid-season finale DNA test results were presented. Zach did his DNA test. He is the father of one of those kids. I know it sucks, but it's true. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She's like Madam to an extent where she would hire somebody to do it. Check my DM. Hang on. Hang on. I'm checking. I'm checking. Trailer.
Next Wednesday, the judge denied bail. Let the revelation.
Oh, shit. He is in jail.
Next Wednesday, the judge denied bail.
Jordan's hair looks so messed up. I got to cut mine too. But
Let the revelations begin. You go on a romantic vacation. That's the exact man. This stabbing was going to get me control over Gary's assets. Stabbing was going to get me Tyler Perry's sister.
Oh, okay, so Marie did have something to do with the stabbing? What? I don't know. Marie is talking to somebody, and it cuts to Fatima, but Fatima isn't in the hotel room. What if Marie is talking to Jasmine? What if Marie's talking to Jasmine? I know it's crazy, but I think she's talking to Hudson. I think it's Jasmine. Gary said it was a woman. I know his memory is kind of freaked up, but what if it's Jasmine? What if Marie using her connections? I that was my theory. I said that in my stabbing, like who stabbed him? Like Marie's a billionaire. She knows people. She could get somebody with a motive to stab him. And that would be Jasmine. Hudson is working for Marie. Now, Hudson did have somebody on that phone, remember, saying like, yeah, we ran into a complication. It could be Hudson, but what if it's Jasmine? What if it's Jasmine? That would be some wild stuff. My baby could be coming back. And what did I say in my video? If something happens to her, I'm done with this show. So they better watch themselves. So I'm thinking like it could be Hudson or it could be Jasmine that Marie is like, that stabbing was supposed to give me control over his assets. So she would be the unexpected person. That's what Crystal said during that interview, that it would be somebody. I know. And I said, and look, if you watch my video I posted about the thing that would make me quit the show, I use clips from various interviews to back up my claims. Novi was the one that said it could be Jasmine. And I'm like, if she did spoil it, you know, hey. How is the show coming back on October 25th when October 25th is on a Saturday? Oh, Zatima, yeah. With what Marie said, Hudson has to be working for her because he has power of attorney. Yeah, that phone call was very telling. So Jasmine was my number one. I said Jasmine, Tamara, they were like neck and neck. So yeah. Okay, I've been up here for almost an hour. People have been wanting Jasmine to come back and get Gary. I know. Yo, that was kind of messed up. Like, why they had to kick down his door like that? But hey, folks, I'm ready to go to sleep. So thanks so much for sending me the trailer. This was a 15-second one, though. I'm pretty sure the 30-second one will get released at some point. But yeah. But we had a good time. We had a strong audience for the entire duration of the live stream. And like I said, I'm going to, get this stuff out as soon as I can, because like I said, Beyond the Gate starts next week. And I know that's like a whole nother ball game. It's going to be my first time reviewing a daytime soap every day. I can do it. Look, it's not that bad. The episodes are give or take 40 minutes. And they upload to Paramount Plus pretty quickly, so I could watch them. And thankfully, I can control the speed. Like I could watch it at double speed if I want to. And yeah, so thanks so much for tuning in. Like and subscribe. Check out the content I've uploaded. I'll try to have my review and trailer breakdown up tomorrow. And if you got snow in your area like me, please be safe. Don't worry about me. I dumped my trash yesterday. I had my groceries delivered over the weekend. I don't have to go anywhere. My car is parked under the shed all nice and toasty, so I'm going to be okay on this end. Have a good one, and I'll talk to you soon.